thermodynamic cycles. Simply we are calling these cycles as air standard cycles. Why? Because here air is the working substance. Atmospheric air has been taken as the working substance. Hence we are simply calling them as thermodynamic air cycles. Thermodynamic air cycles. So, one property is there for the air, which will be continuously in gaseous form only. Even though you heat it, it will be in gaseous form. Even though you cool it, it will be in gaseous form. But its temperature may change. Other than that, no change will occur in the working substance. Such kind of atmospheric air we are taking as a working substance in the entire analysis of thermodynamic cycles. And in these analysis of cycles, we are having some reversible TE. So we are saying that every process used in a thermodynamic cycle is a reversible process. What is a reversible process? We already discussed this in the beginning, at the beginning of thermodynamics. A reversible process is the one which is practically not possible. And it should be free from frictional resistance. Is it possible? Never. Without friction, not possible to execute any real process. So all the real processes are approximately treated as reversible with some assumptions. Strictly speaking, no process is reversible. If it is a reversible, 100% it is an ideal process. Theoretically possible. So now, let us start with the different types of thermodynamic cycles. From the subject point of view, Carnot cycle, which is the basic thermodynamic cycle. After that, constant volume cycle or Otto cycle, and diesel cycle or constant pressure cycle, dual combustion cycle, and then Joule cycle or Brayton cycle, and finally Rankine cycle. So these are called thermodynamic cycles. Among these, Rankine cycle is generally known as vapor power cycle. Why? Because in Rankine cycle, the working substance is not air. It's not air. It is a vapor form of water. So that's why it is called as vapor power cycle. Rankine cycle is a vapor power cycle. Rankine cycle, all the steam power plants working on Rankine cycle. All the gas turbine plants working on Joule cycle or Brayton cycle. Now we will start the Carnot cycle and how to get the efficiency of a Carnot cycle. So the first one is Carnot cycle. So this is the basic thermodynamic cycle, and the efficiency of Carnot cycle is always higher than efficiency of all other cycles. No cycle practically which you are using is having an efficiency more than Carnot's. If it is so, that is invalid. Why? Because this is the hypothetical. If a practical cycle is having an efficiency more than hypothetical cycle, means that claim is invalid. That's never possible to achieve. So, what are the processes in a Carnot cycle? So, our Carnot cycle is having two reversible isentropics and two reversible isothermals. I repeat, two reversible isoentropics are two reversible adiabatic processes and two reversible constant temperature processes. Two isothermals, two isentropics. Observe the processes. Isentropic, rapid in nature. Isothermal, infinitely slow in nature. So that means, when you are subjecting the working substance in isentropic process, the working substance has to behave with a high rate of rapidity. And when the same working substance has been exposed to isothermal, it is to be in very slow response. That's why this cycle is practically not possible. Let us analyze this. So for analysis, we are taking everywhere pressure, volume diagram as well as temperature, entropy diagram. So Carnot cycle, it is having two isoentropics or reversible adiabatics and two isothermals or reversible constant temperatures. These are the four processes in Carnot cycle. So let us plot them on the PV diagram. So first I am taking the PV diagram. So before to draw the PV diagram, it's better to identify the processes. Okay, let's start the PV diagram. So pressure volume diagram. Pressure on y-axis, volume on x-axis. Pressure volume. The first process is isothermal expansion process. Followed by isoentropic expansion process. Isothermal compression process. Isothermal compression process. Followed by isentropic compression process. Like this. This is the pressure volume cycle. On the pressure volume diagram, your Carnot cycle. Then represent the same on TS diagram. Entropy, temperature. What is 1 to 2? Reversible constant temperature process. That means isothermal expansion. Isothermal expansion. By maintaining the temperature as constant, you are expanding the working substance. So the plot or the path will be like this. It is expanding. That's why volume has been rising and temperature is constant. Then 2 to 3, isoentropic expansion. Isoentropic expansion. Then isothermal compression. Then isentropic compression, like this. So let us take the processes in detail, each and every one, and what is happening in each and every process, how we are achieving that. So 1 to 2. So I will represent here the conditions. T1 equals to T2, and here it is T3 equals to T4. And this one, S1 equals to S4, S2 equals to S3. And this is the pressure P1, okay. So I am writing the processes here, list of the processes. 1 to 2. Isothermal expansion. 2 to 3. Isoentropic expansion. 3 to 4. Isothermal compression. And 4 to 1. Isoentropic compression. Like this 4 processes we have represented on PV diagram as well as TS diagram. So let us imagine there is a unit mass of the working substance inside the engine cylinder. Our working substance is atmospheric air. Assume m kgs of atmospheric air. M kgs of atmospheric air inside the engine cylinder. Inside the engine cylinder. So first, a source has been, okay, first process is, we are taking that unit mass. So m kg of air, m kg of atmospheric air is taken as working substance in the cycle. M kg of atmospheric air is taken as the working substance in the cycle. So the first thing is isothermal expansion. 1 to 2. What happens in isothermal expansion? So during this isothermal expansion, the name itself indicates that expansion process has to be performed by maintaining the temperature as constant. So here in this particular expansion, a source or a hot body which is at very high temperature is brought in contact with the top dead center of the cylinder or inner dead center of the cylinder. Choice is yours. You can take it as top dead center or inner dead center. If it is a vertical cylinder, top dead center. Horizontal cylinder, inner dead center. So, to perform this isothermal expansion, a high temperature body or a source has been brought in contact with the top dead center of the cylinder. Then what happens? As the source is at high temperature, the source is now giving its heat to the air which is there inside of the engine cylinder. Thus, the air gets expanded isothermally. That means at constant temperature, the air is expanding from initial temperature to final temperature. Volume is going to be rising, but temperature should be maintained as constant. The heat is supplied by the body is now here utilized to do some external work. Is doing some external work. Why? Because it's an isothermal process. When the temperature is maintained as constant according to the first law of thermodynamics, change in internal energy is zero. Whatever the heat given, use it for doing some external work. Right now? So, isothermal expansion. A source or hot body, HB means hot body. A source at high temperature is brought into contact with the TDC of cylinder, with the top dead center of the cylinder, and air expands isothermally. And air expands isothermally at constant temperature T1. Volume rises from V1 to V2. Volume is rising from V1 to V2. Air is expanded isothermally and the volume has been increased from V1 to V2. This is a isothermal expansion. This has been achieved by bringing a hot body in contact with the top dead center of the cylinder so that the air gets expanded. Air got expanded at the constant temperature. Its volume has been rising. So here the temperature is maintained as constant means according to first law of thermodynamics, whatever the heat supplied has been utilized in doing some external work of evaporation. There is no other benefits you are getting in isothermal process. Whatever the heat you have supplied, as the internal energy is a function of temperature, that will not be altered. So the only thing is the heat supplied has been now used to do some work. So heat supplied is equals to work done in expanding the gas. Work done in expanding air. Therefore, heat supplied is now equals to, what is the heat supplied then? work done in isothermal process, work done in expanding the air. What is the work of an isothermal process? P1 V1 ln of V2 by V1. P1, only we obtained these formulas in thermodynamic processes. Same we are reusing here. P1 V1 ln of V2 by V1. This can also be used in terms of temperatures also. That is MRT ln of V2 by V1. That is MRT ln of V2 by V1. This is the heat supply. Observe this V2 by V1. What is that? Volume after expansion to the volume before expansion. What I can call this? Expansion ratio. Expansion ratio. So, if you want to replace this V2 by V1, we should use an expansion ratio term small r or Re. We will use that later when we are using substituting this in the formulas. So, heat supplied is equals to MRT ln of R. ln of R, where R is the expansion ratio. Volume after expansion to the volume before expansion. Then, 2 to 3. What is the second process? Isoentropic expansion. So, in order to achieve this, we have to properly insulate the cylinder. Why? Because it's an isoentropic, where no heat will be added, no heat will be removed from the system. If that function is to be performed, the hard body is to be removed from the contact of the top dead center of the cylinder, and you have to use an insulating cap. Remove the hard body contact and replace that with an insulating cap to the top dead center of the cylinder. Then air expands isentropically from V2 to V3. Right? So, process 2 to 3. Isoentropic expansion. Isoentropic expansion. So, what is happening here? Hard body is removed and insulating cap is provided to the TDC of cylinder. Then what happens, friends? I have used an insulating cap. Hard body has been removed. Definitely, now the air is expanding at reversible adiabatic conditions. So, then air expands reversible and adiabatically. Air expands in reversible, adiabatic. Air expands in reversible, adiabatic. So that means what? Temperature again now falls. Temperature has been dropped from T2 to T3. Observe on the TS diagram. You can notice that. Temperature dropped from T2 to T3. Volume has been rising from V2 to V3. So here, is there any heat addition? No. Heat addition is 0. But the change in internal energy of the air inside the cylinder is doing some work. So here, work has been done by the expansion of the air at the expense of its internal energy. Therefore, the decreased internal energy is nothing but work done in expansion process. Clear? Work done in expansion process. So, decrease in internal energy is work done in expansion. So that is delta U is now equals to, what is the work done in an adiabatic expansion? The work done in an adiabatic expansion process is P2 V2 minus P3 V3 by gamma minus 1. P2 V2 minus P3 V3 by gamma minus 1. It can be expressed in terms of temperatures also. MR into T2 minus T3 by gamma minus 1. MR multiplied by T2 minus T3 by gamma minus 1. So, this is the change in internal energy which was occurred during the isoentropic expansion process. isoentropic expansion process. So in addition to this, you can also use here an adiabatic relation. What is the adiabatic relation? Observe this. 2 to 3. Adiabatic, reversible adiabatic. So T2 by T3 is equals to P2 by P3 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. That relation is also helpful to you. Also, T2 by T3 is equals to P2 by P3 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. We will use this in order to convert the temperatures into one notation. So, two processes are over now. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. And what is the third process? Isothermal compression. Now the air is to be compressed isothermally. It is to be compressed isothermally. How it is to be achieved? How it is to be achieved? So remove the insulating cap from the top dead center of the cylinder and bring a cold body in contact to the top dead center of the cylinder. Then what happens? The working substance air which is there inside the engine cylinder is now getting cooled by means of losing its heat to the cold body. Losing its heat to the cold body. That means again the volume of the air decreases from V3 to V4. Temperature maintained as constant. Temperature is maintained as constant. That means here heat is rejected by the working substance to the cold body. That is process 3 to 4. 3 to 4. Isothermal compression. Isothermal compression. Remove the insulating cap. Remove the insulating cap and bring cold body in contact to TDC of cylinder. In contact to the TDC of the cylinder. Then what happens? The air or the working substance rejects its heat to the cold body. Now air is rejecting heat. Air rejects heat to cold body at constant temperature and volume changes from V3 to V4. Volume changes from V3 to V4. So this is also isothermal process where temperature is maintained as constant. So if you apply first law of thermodynamics again, what is the heat rejected? Which is nothing but work done during the isothermal compression process. Clear? Therefore, heat rejected is equals to work done during isothermal compression. What is that? Heat rejected is equals to, what is the work done in isothermal compression? P3 V3 ln of V3 by V4. P3 V3 ln of V3 by V4. P3 V3 ln of V3 by V4, or is also equals to MRT3 ln of V3 by V4. MRT3 ln of V3 by V4. Or heat rejected is also equals to MRT3 into ln of R. Volume before compression to the volume after compression. This is the volume before compression. This is the volume after compression. Nothing but compression ratio. R. ln of R. And what is the fourth process? In order to complete the cycle? Isoentropic compression. In order to perform that again, we need to remove the cold body and insulating cap is to be bring in contact to the TDC of the cylinder. Then the air further gets compressed inside the cylinder without rejecting any amount of heat. Why? Because it is a isoentropic. It is isoentropic. So 4 to 1. Isoentropic compression. Isoentropic compression. Remove the cold body and bring insulating cap in contact with TDC of cylinder. In contact with TDC of cylinder. Then what happens? If you are bringing insulating cap in contact to the TDC of the cylinder, then the air is slowly getting compressed isotropically now. It is getting compressed isotropically. So, here no heat is added. Why? Because it's an isentropic. That means according to first law of thermodynamics, the change in internal energy, now here internal energy increases or decreases? Increases. Why? Because it is getting compressed. It is getting compressed. Pressure is rising now. So, the internal energy of the air or the working substance increases. Internal energy of the working substance increases. This increase in the internal energy of the working substance is nothing but work done during the adiabatic compression process. So, internal energy increases. That is equals to work done in compression process. Work done in compression process. What is that work done? So, work done is nothing but, it's a compression process. P1 V1 minus P4 V4 by gamma minus 1. P1 V1 minus P4 V4 by gamma minus 1, or MR into T1 minus T4 by gamma minus 1. MR into T1 minus T4 by gamma minus of 1. This is the isoentropic compression. In the case of isoentropic compression, which was occurred in the last process of the thermodynamic cycle. And observe here, we can use the relation. What is that relation? And also 4 to 1. This is T1 by T4 is equals to P1 by P4 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. We can use this one when we are estimating the efficiency of the cycle. Air standard efficiency of the cycle. Now let's go for air standard efficiency. So we know that work done, literally work done is nothing but heat supplied minus heat rejected. So work done per cycle is equals to heat supplied minus heat rejected. Where we have supplied the heat? Where we have supplied the heat? Isothermal expansion. Where we remove the heat? Isothermal compression. So, in isothermal expansion, heat is added. That means you have brought a hot body in contact to the TDC of the cylinder. In isothermal compression, again you have brought cold body in contact to the TDC of the engine cylinder. So, here what we are doing is heat addition, heat rejection. Both were taken in isothermal process only. Isothermal process only. Right. So, substitute those two values. Heat supplied minus heat rejected. So, what is the then work done? So, work done is now equals to heat supplied. Where we have supplied the heat? This one. MRT ln of R. MR. So, this is first process MRT1 ln of R. This is the heat supplied. Minus, where is the heat rejected? This one. MRT3 ln of R. Minus MRT3 ln of R. That implies work done is equals to MR ln of T1 minus T3. MR ln of R multiplied by T1 minus T3. So now we will take this one. This is the work done. You can calculate now efficiency of the cycle. How? Efficiency of the cycle is nothing but work done in the cycle to that of heat supplied to the cycle right now. Therefore, efficiency as standard is equals to work done per cycle by heat supplied per cycle. What is the work done per cycle? Just now we have calculated. MR T1 minus T3 into ln of R divided by heat supplied per cycle. What is that? MR T1 into ln of R. ln of R, MR will be cancelled. What we got? T1 minus T3 by T1. T1 minus T3 by T1. Or efficiency as standard is now equals to 1 minus T3 by T1. Just observe the temperatures from the thermodynamic TS diagram. T1 is the highest temperature of the cycle. T3 is the lowest temperature of the cycle. So, T3 lowest temperature, T1 highest temperature. That means I can write this efficiency as 1 minus TL by TH also. Which one we have already used in the analysis of heat engine, refrigerator and heat pump. So, this is the efficiency of a Carnot engine. But this can also be converted in terms of known parameters. What are the equations we are having? T1 by T4 equals to P1 by P4 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma, and also T2 by P3 is equals to P2 by P3 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So by taking those equations and substituting here, you can convert T1, T3 into the known parameters, that is R value. So then R standard efficiency is also equals to 1 minus 1 by R to the power of gamma minus 1. 1 minus 1 by R to the power of gamma minus 1. This is the air standard efficiency for a Carnot cycle, where R is the compression ratio or expansion ratio. No problem, anything is given, we can use that. Expansion ratio or compression ratio. Why? Because it is a hypothetical cycle. You will have the same value for compression ratio as well as expansion ratio because of the ideality, theoretical in nature. And here, how to improve the efficiency? Observe this clearly. 1 minus lower temperature by higher temperature. 1 minus lower temperature by higher temperature. I just want to go for maximum efficiency. That means this fraction value to be reduced. Minimum. This fraction to be minimum means either you have to decrease the lower temperature or you have to increase the higher temperature. Those are the two alternatives. One is increasing the higher temperature, another one is decreasing the lower temperature. Among those two priorities, decreasing the lower temperature is the best option to get maximum efficiency from a Carnot cycle. To get maximum efficiency from a Carnot cycle. The corollaries of Carnot theorem is also there. What it states is, all heat engines, all reversible heat engines operating between the same temperature limits will have same efficiency. It's a very important statement. All reversible heat engines operating between the same temperature limits will exhibit same efficiency. If they are all reversible engines and are operating between the same temperature limits, definitely they should have same efficiency, whatever may be the engine, other parameters. If they are having reversibility in nature and all are connected between the same source and same sink, higher and lower temperatures, then definitely every engine will execute or exhibit same efficiency. That is called the corollaries of Carnot theorem. Corollaries of Carnot theorem. All reversible engines operating between the same temperature limits will execute same efficiency. Same efficiency. And this is the best way to calculate the air standard efficiency of a Carnot engine. Why this air standard cycle, even though its efficiency is very, very high, why we are calling it as a hypothetical cycle? Or what are the drawbacks? Why it has been limited as a hypothetical operation only, for theoretical analysis only. Why we are not practically implementing this? Observe here two reversible isothermals. Isothermal compression, isothermal expansion. Both were executed in this cycle. Isothermal expansion was taken place in 1 to 2 and isothermal compression was taken place in 3 to 4. See, if the temperature is maintained as constant, and you want to perform the expansion process, definitely what happens? Pressure drops. But according to the Charles law or the perfect gaseous laws, pressure, volume are directly related if temperature is maintained as constant. According to the gaseous relations, pressure, volume inversely related when temperature is maintained as constant. So in such a case, when the volume increases, pressure is decreasing. And moreover, this isothermal behavior, unique feature of isothermal behavior is infinitely slowness. Infinitely slowness is the unique feature of isothermal process. That means, during the first process of expansion, first part of the expansion, from P1 to P2 or from volume V1 to V2, piston has to move with infinite slowness. And immediately after reaching the end state 2, the piston is executing isoentropic expansion, which is highly rapid process. That means the same piston, same working substance has to expand with infinite slowness in one process and immediately with infinite rapidity in adjacent process. This is the limitation. Practically that is possible. Can we achieve a movement for the piston like that? During a part of expansion, very slow movement for the piston, and rest of the expansion, very fast movement. Is it possible for a mechanical component to execute such kind of peculiar behavior? Infinitely slowness and immediately with infinite fast? Not possible. That is the practical limitation for Carnot theorem. Carnot cycle. So, this is the basic Carnot cycle. This is why it is called basic means, if the efficiency of any cycle, any engine is more than this efficiency, that is not at all a thermodynamic cycle. Practically never possible. Only Carnot efficiency is to be the maximum for all kinds of thermodynamic analysis. So if anything is having an efficiency, less than Carnot, okay, it's valid. If it is equal to Carnot, then also possibility is there. But if it is more than Carnot, it's not valid. It is a wrong claim. The claim is not having any validity. That is the conclusion what we are getting from theoretical or a reversible Carnot cycle. A Carnot cycle. The same Carnot cycle can be used as a reversible Carnot cycle in order to perform a refrigeration operation. Then it is called as a Carnot's refrigeration cycle. We will discuss that in the refrigeration content or in the vapor cycles content. Now it is for engine criteria we are analyzing now. So the efficiency of your engine, Carnot engine, can be improved by decreasing the lower efficiency to great extent rather than by increasing the higher temperature. Decreasing the lower temperature is the best option rather than rising the higher temperature. So this is a Carnot cycle.